The good that comes to man is from God. The evil that comes to man is from man himself. And this is in the Quran, not from me. What a lovely saying. Now let's go to our next episode. And that is section 3, sign 20 of chapter 57, Al Hadid, the iron. The iron. And it's mentioned somewhere in this section. It's mentioned somewhere in this section, the iron. And we'll see what it implies, what the iron implies, what is telling us, what the iron is telling us about. Okay, section 3, sign 20. Alamu annama alhayawatul dunya la'bun wa la'un. La'bun wa la'un. This is a repetition. There are so many repetitions in the Quran to let them get into our heads. Know ye all is in brackets. Okay. Know ye that the life of this world is but play and pastime. Is but play and pastime. La'bun, play. La'un, pastime. Wazinat, watafahuru. Wazinatun, watafahuru. Adornments, zinatun. Tafahuru, mutual boosting. Mutual boosting. Sule will boast that, oh, I know the Quran more than everybody. Pardon me, it's an example. I know nothing in the Quran. Actually, I know very little in the Quran. But let's say I will boast, I know the Quran more than everybody. Somebody else comes out somewhere. Who is Sule? What does he know in the Quran? That's mutual boasting. Pardon me for using the Quran as an example. It shouldn't be, because the Quran, we all know that the Quran is not something to joke with. And nobody can grasp everything in the Quran single-handedly. Okay. Or let's go to property. The chief officer so has 1,000 cars. Has 1,000 cows. Oh, but 1,000 cows is nothing. Eh? There is another chief there. He has 1,500 cows. So mutual boasting. Tafahuru. Zinatun wa tafahuru. Tafahuru is mutual boasting. Bainakum lawe wa zinatun wa tafahuru bainakum. Mutual boasting. Mutual boasting. Bainakum is mutual. Bainakum. Tafahuru is boasting. All right. Watakathru fil amwali wal awladi. Watakathru fi amwali wa awladu. And multiplying takathru among yourselves. Among yourself, riches and children. Amwali wa amwali wa al awladi. Amwali wal awladi. Riches and children. Boasting and multiplying in rivalry. Multiply in rivalry. Multiply in rivalry. rivalry. In brackets, that is in brackets. Multiplying among yourselves. In brackets, in rivalry, in riches and children. أموالي وأولادي. كمثل جيث، كمثل جيث، كمثل جيث. Uh, Here is a similitude, and that's kametel. Here is a similitude. Ka-ma-tha-li. Kametel, similitude. How rain and the growth which it brings forth. How rain and the growth which it brings forth. That is gaithen. Aljaba al-ka, aljaba al-kafra, albaja, aljaba al-kufari, aljaba al-kufara, aljaba al-kufara, nabatuhu, aljaba al-kufara, nabatuhu. Delight the tillers, delight the tillers, and that's ajaba al-kufara, delight the tillers. We have brackets there. Delight, in brackets, the hearts of tillers. Delight the hearts of tillers. And that's ajaba al-kufara naba tuhu. Nabatuhu thumma and nabatuhu tumma. Delight the tillers. Soon it withers. Thumma yahihu. Thumma yahiju. Thumma yahiju. Soon it withers. Fatarahu thumma yahiju. It withers. Then the next phrase or sentence is fatarahu musfaran. Fatarahu musfaran. Will see, no, thou wilt see it grow yellow, musfaran. Thou wilt see it grow yellow. Remember, we are dealing with Old English. Thou will see it grow yellow, and growing yellow is musfaran. Thumma yakunu hathaman. Thumma yakunu hathanan. After growing yellow, then it becomes dry and crumbles away. Then it becomes dry and crumbles away. Thumma yakunu hathaman. وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد. وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد. We have left the field now of crops, and we are going to the next well for human beings. وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد. Comparison now comes in. But in the hereafter is a chastisement, severe, shadidin, severe, in brackets, for the devotees of wrong, not devotees of God, but devotees of wrong. People devote themselves to wrongdoing, nothing but wrongdoing always. And these are companions of the devil. Okay. وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد. عذاب شديد, severe chastisement. Chastisement severe for the devotees. Now we go to the devotees of God. وَمَغْفِرَةٌ مِنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانٌ, pardon. وَمَغْفِرَةٌ مِنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانٌ. وَمَغْفِرَةٌ مِنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانٌ. After chastisement for the wrongdoers, Then we have full stop there. After the brackets, full stop. And forgiveness from God and his good pleasure. And forgiveness from God and good pleasure. Our omitted brackets there, let me add them. And forgiveness from God and his, and his referring to God and his good pleasure for the devotees of God. For the devotees of God is in brackets because it's not there on the Arabic side. So without this kind of explanation, it's difficult for man to understand. So on the one side, azab shadidin, on the other side, magfiratan, forgiveness, and ridwanun for the devotees of God in brackets. Minallahi wa ridwan. Wama al hayawati dunya illa mata'un gururi. This appears several times in the Quran. وَمَا الْوَاتُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعٌ الْغُرُورِ. And what is the life of this world? What? Ma الْوَاتُ الدُّنْيا, the life of this world. Illa but goods and channels of deception. Gururun. Mata'un represents goods and channels. Al-gururu of deception. And that is the first sign 20 to section 3, or of section 3. Let's go to the notes. How many are they? We have 5302, 03, or 5302, 03, 04, 05. 4 notes. We have 4 notes there. Pardon me. 05. We have 4 notes there. Let's go to 5302 first. Pastime, lahawin. Lahawin, well, labun. Pastime is labun. No, lahawin. Lahawin. Labun is play. Pastime is lahawin. Labun is play. Pastime is lahawin. 5302. Compare chapter 6, sign 32, and note 855, full stop. In the present passage, the idea is further amplified. Full stop. In this life, people not only play and amuse themselves and each other, but they show off and boast and pile up riches and manpower and influence. Manpower hyphenated and influence, comma, in rivalry with each other. Viewers, tell me whether this is true or not. This is coming from the Almighty God, the one who created us. We like concert parties, cinemas, birthday parties, cruising in the air, in the seas, and whatnot. Coming back to boast. Oh, you haven't gone to the this so and so mountains. Oh my God. You go there, you see a lot of beauty, a lot of amusement. And my listener is excited. I must go and see. The listener is excited. Oh, I have to go and see that. Even if there's no money, he will save for that. No use. No use for the believer. There is something more than that in heaven. Okay, rivalry with, but they show off and boast, pile up riches and manpower and influence in rivalry with each other. Let's go to the second note, 03, 5303. We are told to compare chapter 39. Chapter 39, I think that's Azumaru. Chapter 39, sign 21, and note 4273, full stop. Here, the parable is meant to teach a slightly different lesson, full stop. God's mercies are free and open to all, comma, like his rain, full stop. But how do men make use of them? How do we make use of God's mercies? Question mark. The good men take the real spiritual harvest and store the spiritual grain. I love that. And store the spiritual grain. Full stop. The men who are in love the men who are in love with the ephemeral are delighted with the green of the tares, Tare, with the green of the tares and the grass, semicolon. But such things give no real nourishment, semicolon. They soon wither, comma, become dry, comma, and crumble, ataun, and crumble. If I remember the word well, ataun, and crumble to pieces, and crumble to pieces. Uh, it's in the Quran, the words are in the Quran, crumble to pieces, comma, like the worldly pleasures and pumps, comma, boasting and tumults, comma, possessions and friends. Mm. You are in big position or you have a lot of riches. Everybody wants to be friend with you. Everybody wants to be friend with you, or at least to know you and you to recognize them sometime to come. Mm. Possessions and friends. Full stop. Let's go to the next note, which is 04034. And kufar. Kufar is here explained. Kufar in italics is here used in the unusual sense of tillers and husbandmen. So kufar here has nothing to do with rejection of faith. It is here used as tillers or husbandmen. Tillers and husbandmen in single inverted commas, comma, because they sow the seed and cover it up with soil. Because they sow the seed and cover it up with soil. Mm. That's why kufar is used here, full stop. But the ordinary meaning, rejectors of truth. I say rejectors. The ordinary meaning, rejectors of truth, comma, is not absent. It's not absent. So there is some iota of meaning, the true meaning of kufar in the sentence, or a small part of it. Full stop. The allegory refers to such men. Full stop. Let's go to the fifth note, which is 5304, against deception, gururu. Deception, gururu. Compare chapter 3, sign 8. Compare chapter 3, Ali Imran, sign 185. We are not going to go there because we are surely going to see gururu there. We are going to read gururu there. So compare chapter 3, sign 185, and note 492. Full stop. Many of the attractive vanities of this world are but nets set by Satan to deceive man. Nets. I love that. N-E-T. Like give a net and then you know that a bird will come and you put two grains there. The innocent bird enters and it closes him up. That's what Satan does for men. Mhm. Okay. By Satan to deceive men, to deceive man. Full stop. The only thing real and lasting is the good life lived in the light of God in this world, mm, in the here, and of course, maybe in the hereafter too. So the only life thing that we should do is to live. That is lasting. Is the good life is the good life lived in the light of God. Full stop. Let's go to the next sign, which is 21. Sabiku ila maghfiratin min rabbikum. Sabiku ila maghfiratin min rabbikum. Be ye foremost in seeking. In seeking is in brackets. Without it reads, be foremost forgiveness from your Lord. No, it doesn't make sense. Be foremost in seeking, in brackets, forgiveness from your Lord. Sabiku is to be foremost. Sabiku foremost. Ila maviratin. Ila maviratin in in or in seeking uh, forgiveness from your Lord, min rabbikum. Uh, Wajannati arduha ka ardu samawati wal ard. The two ards are different. Mm. Wajannati arduha. They are spelled differently but sound the same. Waljannati arduha ka ardi. Oh no, they are the same. Pardon me. The width, they are both with width. Wa wajanat arduha ka ardu samawati wal ardi. So this is the third ardi. The third ardi refers to the earth. The first ardi is referring to width, measurement. Wajanat arduha ka ardi samawati wal ardi. The garden and a garden in brackets of bliss, and a garden, the width whereof arduha is as the width of heaven and earth. Samawati wal ardu wal ar wal ardi. Samawati wal ardi. Uidat lelezina amanu billahi wa rasulihi. Adadu prepared. Let me see. Heaven and earth. Yes, prepared for those who believe. The lezina amanu in God and His messengers. Billahi wa rusulihi. Billahi wa rusulihi. Yeah, billahi wa rusulihi. Zalika fadlan lahi. Yuktihi man yasha'a. We are now told that is the favor of that is the grace of God which He bestows on whom He pleases. Wallahu zul fadlin azim. Wallahu zul fadlin azim. And God is a Lord of grace abounding. Grace abundant. Fadlin azim. Abounding here. Azim here is abounding. And God is a Lord of grace abounding. I think I wanted to comment on something. That is grace from God. Oh, okay. It's a grace from God that God has prepared for them. Who did that prepared for them? Who did that prepared for them? For those who believe in God and His messenger, and that is yuminu yutihi min man yashaha. So I think this is referring to the garden. The width of the garden is big, like that of earth and heavens, and that garden is a breeze for those who believe. That lelezina amanu. I think we finished the sign 21. Let's go to the notes. We have two notes there, 5306 and 5307. 06 first. 06 first. Heaven and earth, that's concerning the width. 0205. Compare chapter 3. Oh, I think I'm misfiring again. No, we are rather going to 0306, 5306. We are rather to read 5306. Sabiku Ilai, that's what we're supposed to read. 5306. 5306. We are asked to compare chapter 3, sign 133 and note 452. That's all for the note 03. We go to 06, 5306. We go to the next note, which is 5307. Bestow on whom he pleases. Man yasha'a. 5307. Bestows on whom he pleases, in italics and double inverted commas. That is, such grace and favor is beyond anyone's own merits. Full stop. It is bestowed by God according to his holy will and plan, which is just, merciful, and righteous. And no, very difficult to understand. You see that sometimes God bestows something on somebody who doesn't seem to be prayerful, and people will be wondering, mm, but that will be God's will, according to His plan, which is just, merciful, and righteous. God never makes a mistake. A mistake. That's a mistakes. God never makes a mistake. Any mistake. Mm. So whoever He likes, He gives His mercy, and that is not for nothing. Mm. That is not for nothing. Nobody knows the receiver of God's bounty. Nobody knows his behavior or what is in him. God does. Okay, that's the second note, 5307 to sign 22. To sign 21. Let's go to sign 22. Mm. وما أصاب من مصيبة في الأرض ولا في الأنفسكم إلا في كتاب إلا في كتاب من قبل أن نبرأها من قبل أن نبرأها. No misfortune can happen on earth. Ma asabu musibatan. Musibatan is misfortune. Can happen. Asaba. Fil ardi, on earth. Wala fil anfusihum, or in your own souls, or in your souls, or in your souls. But it's recorded in a book. But it's recorded in a book. Illa fi kitabin, recorded in the book. Min kabli an nabra'aha, in a book. Recorded in a book. Before, min kabli, before we bring it into existence. An nabra'aha. Min kabli an nabra'aha. Before we bring it into existence. Colon. Min kabli an nabra'aha. Inna zalika ala Allahi yasirun. That is truly easy, yasirun, for God. That's so God records everything before it happens. It's not going to it's not going to take any energy or time. That is easy for him before it even happens. For all the peoples of the world. For all the peoples of the world. That is easy for God. The notes read are two, 5308 and 5309. 08 first. External disasters or misfortunes may strike people's eyes or imagination, but there are worse crises and misfortunes in the spiritual world which are of equal or greater importance to man's future. Full stop. All this happens according to the will and plan of God. Full stop. Even where we are allowed the exercise of our own wills, the consequences that follow are in accordance with the laws and plan decreed by God beforehand. You may plan to go on vacation. That seems to be your own plan. But the consequences of the vacation you may not know. Mm. But even the plan is not on your own. You may not even know it. But God tells you, go on vacation at this particular time to this particular occasion. Mm. Then the consequences are hidden a bit from you. Only God knows this. And this is all planned in a book, Kitabun, min qabla an nabra'aha, before it existed or before it occurs. And that's note 53008, first note to sign 22. Let's go to the second note. Uh, 03. That's min qabla an nabra'aha. Oh, and that is 5309. For bara, Bara, in italics, that's Arabic word. For bara, comma, to bring into existence in inverted commas, comma, and other words denoting God's creative energy, comma. See note 120 to chapter 2, sign 177, semicolon. Note 916 to chapter 6, and sign 94, comma, semicolon. And note 923 to chapter 6, sign 98 for the word bara nabraha, for the word bara. Or you can see these words bara in all these places. I don't think we need to go to the references. Let's go to the next sign now, which is sign 23. لكي لا لكي لا تعصوا على ما فاتكم لكي لا تعصوا على ما فاتكم, in order that لكي ye may not despair تعصي over matters over matters that pass you by. Alama fatakum, pass you by. Wala tafrahu bima atakum, wama tafrahu bima atakum. Nor exult, nor exult over favors bestowed upon you. Ma bima atakum. Even though the word favors is not there on the Arabic side, but of course that is it. That's why I say it's difficult to read the Quran alone without guidance, interpretation, proper interpretation, and tafsir, explanation. Let's say interpretation and explanation. Atakum. Wallahu la yuhibbu kulli muhtalin فخور. والله لا يحب كل مختال فخور. Oh, I'll take it a third time. والله لا يحب كل, not كل, والله لا يحب كل مختال فخور. For God loveth not, la yuhibbu, for God loveth not, la yuhibbu, any vainglorious boaster, muhtalin, fahurun, fahurin is boaster, muhtalin, vainglorious. Oh, I can't call this word. I've done it a number of times without any difficulty. Anyway, this is getting older. And that is sign 23 with the note five with one note, 510. Let's go to the note 510 against Vainglorious poster, Muhtalin Fahurin. In the external world, what people may consider misfortune or good fortune may both turn out to be illusionary, comma, dash. In Kipling's words, Kipling should be a writer, comma, dash. In Kipling's words, both imposters just the same. Both imposters just the same. In other words, both imposters are just the same. And this in double inverted commas, full stop. The righteous man does not grumble if someone else has possessions. Indeed. Hmm? He simply falls back and see their foolishness. Yes. For those who have possession, the righteous man sees their foolishness but keeps quiet and go about his business and keeps quiet and goes about his business. Mm. Uh, Let me repeat it. The righteous man goes not goes. The righteous man does not grumble if someone else has possessions, comma, nor exult if he has them. Beautiful. Mm. So for anybody righteous, you are not jealous. Let's say you are not jealous of somebody's possessions. And for your own possessions, you don't exalt over them. You don't show off. You don't boast over them. Mm. Uh, Full stop. He does not covet. He does not covet. He does not covet, and he does not boast. Yeah. He does not covet and has not boast. And he does not boast. Full stop. If he has any advantages, he shares them with other people, comma, as he considers them not due to his own merits, but as gifts of God. And that's note 5310 to sign 23. Let's go to sign 24. Let's go to sign 24. Uh, Alazina, Alazina yabhaluna wa yamuruna annasa bil buhle. Bil buhle. Or bil buhlin. Bil buhlin. Let me take it again. Alazina yabhaluna wa yamuruna annasa bil buhlin. Such people as are covetous and commend covetousness to men. Alazina yabhaluna are covetous. Wayamura commend. Yamuruna commend. Uh, uh, Covetousness to people. Anasu bil buhlun. Bil buhlun. Covetousness. Buhlun. Comment buhlun. Comment buhlun. Comment buhlun. Comment covetousness to people. Anasa. ومن يتولى فإن الله هو غني الحميد. ومن يتولى فإن الله هو غني الحميد. And if any turns back, yatawalla, in brackets, from God's way, if any turns back, verily God is free of all needs, worthy of all praise. We have two notes there, 3511, 53, yeah, 5311 and 5312. Let's go to 114. Allazina yabhaluna. Covetous. 5311. Neither the covetous nor the boasters have any place in the good pleasure of God, because what we are coveting over, or what we are being covetous over, or boasting over, is not actually yours. It's just by the grace of God, He just scattered it around. Mm. So they have no good pleasure of God. Full stop. The covetous are particularly insidious, comma, as their avarice and niggardliness not only keep back the gifts of God from them, from men, but their pernicious example drives up the streams of charity in others. 1 2 now, 5312, second note. Mm. It is charity in God's way that is specially in view here. Full stop. If people were selfish and withhold their hand, they only injure themselves. They only cause themselves injury. They only injure themselves. Full stop. They do not have God's cause, for He is independent of all needs, and He will find other means of assisting in assisting His more meagerly endowed servants. Meagerly endowed servant is spelled Meagrely, hyphenated dash endowed servants. He is worthy of all praise in his care for his creatures. If you withhold your hand from doing good to others, the needy people, God knows how to provide for them. Mm. The moment you see that you are not giving out and they turn left, right, they get it, like it or not. Mm. Okay. His care for his creatures. And that's second note 5312 to sign 24. Let's go to sign 25. Mm. لقد أرسلنا رسولنا لقد أرسلنا رسولنا بالبينات. Mm. We sent aforetime our messengers, Rusulana, with clear signs, بالبينات. وأنزلنا معهم الكتاب, and sent down with them معهم the book, Al-Kitaba, the book, Al-Kitaba, wal-Mizana, and the balance, Al-Kitaba wal-Mizana, the book, and balance, Mizana, in brackets of right and wrong, in brackets of right and wrong, comma, after brackets close, comma, that men may stand forth in justice, liyakuma annasu bilkisti, liyakuma annasu bilkisti, that men may stand forth, men and nasu stand forth with justice bilkisti. uh, Wa anzalna al hadida. So this is where the iron comes. This is where the word iron occurs. This is where the word iron occurs. It occurs in sign 25, al hadid, the title of the chapter. Wa anzalna al hadida fihi ba'asun shadidun. Fihi ba'asun shadidun. I think great power also. We have sent down iron, in which is great might. Great might. Shadidun, great. Shadidun, great. Basun, might. Or rather, Basun, might, with great might. Basun, Shadidun. You know, iron is strong. So, Basun, Shadidun, great might. بأس شديد وما ومنافع ومنافع للناس ومنافع للناس and benefits for mankind and benefits for mankind منافع benefits للناس for mankind وليعلم وليعلم الله من ينصره uh, many benefits for mankind that God may test. Liyalama here is to test. Liyalama here is to test. That God may test who it is that will help. Man yasuruhu. Who is it that will help? Man yansuruhu. Warasuluhu. Warasulahu. Wa yansuruhu warasulahu. Who will help him and his servant? Who will help? Bilgebe. Man yansuruhu bilgebe. Who will help and seen him, God, and his messengers, him, God, and his messengers, Allahu wa rusuluhu bilgibi, and seen le to test, wali yalama, yes, to test, Allahu man yansuruhu wa rasuluhu bilgibi. Inna Allaha kawiyun azizun, inna Allah kawiyun azizun. For God is full of strength, exalted in might. I've mentioned this several times that it's a beautiful ending to the book, to this book, Quran. Found nowhere else. This ending is not found in any other book, not in the Bible. Torah, I don't think so. God is uh, full of strength, exalted in power, or God is Alimun, he has all knowledge, or God is all merciful, Rahimin, like that. After uh, a verse or a collection of verses, you will find this thing. And God is full of strength, exalted in might. The note to read is we have 5313, 5314, 5315, 5316. So 5316, 17, 5318. I think that's 5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 notes. Let's go to them. 1, 3 first. Balance. Mizan. Balance. Mizan. 5, 3, 1, 3. 5, 3, 1, 3. These things are mentioned as gifts of God. These things are mentioned as gifts of God. Full stop. In concrete terms, they are the book, the balance, and iron, which stand as emblems of three things which hold society together, namely revelation, which commands good and forbids evil, semicolon. Then justice, which gives to each person his due, that's deen, his due. So due is coincidentally deen, semicolon. And the strong arm of the law, you know what that is, hadid, iron, and the strong arm of the law, which maintains sanctions for evildoers. Not sanctions from America. Pardon me, when you hear sanctions, you think of America, who are well versed in giving sanctions, imposing sanctions on countries. Mm. Soon will they also face functions from other countries. Okay, that's by the way, which maintains sanctions for evildoers consonant hyphenated. Full stop. For balance, see also sign 42. Ashura, I suppose. See also sign 42 note. No, see also chapter 42, sign 17, and node 4550. In case I make a mistake, the chapter is XLII. I see it as 42 XLII. Okay, that's node 5313. First node to sign 25. Let's go to the second node, which is 14. And we send down ion. And we send down ion. That's two nodes. Sending down 14, ion 15. Okay, 14. Sent down in double inverted commas and in italics, semicolon. Anzala in italics again. Anzala, send down. So Anzala means send down, and send down means Anzala, semicolon. Uh, in the sense of revealed, in the sense of revealed to man the use of certain things created in him, the capacity of understanding and using them, semicolon. Compare chapter 39, Azumaro, compare chapter 39, XXXIX, sign 6 on verse 6, semicolon. Sent down for you 8 head of cattle in pairs. 8 head of cattle, eight head of cattle in pairs. And that is in double inverted commas, sent down to in pairs in double inverted commas. Let's go to the third node, 5315 against ion. 5315 against ion. So, and we have ion in italics, colon, the most useful metal known to man. Full stop. Out of it is made steel. Out of iron is made steel. And from steel and iron are made implements of war, such as swords, spears, guns, etc., as well as instruments of peace, such as plowshares, bricklayers, towels, as well as plowshares, bricklayers, towels. Bricklayers, hyphen comes after the layers, after the S. Bricklayers, towels, trowels, not towels, trowels. Oh my God, not towels, trowels. Bricklayers, trowels. Bricklayers, trowels. Architects and engineers, instruments. Architects, apostrophe, and engineers, apostrophe, instruments, etc. Full stop. Iron stands as the emblem of strength, power, discipline. I don't know whether it's full stop or comma, and discipline, comma, I think it's comma, discipline, comma. Laws, sanctions, comma, hyphen before S. Laws, sanctions, comma, etc. Iron and steel industries have been the foundation of the prosperity and power of modern manufacturing nations. And this in single inverted commas, full stop. And that's note 5315, third note to sign 25. Let's go to the fourth note, which is 16. 5316. Unseen, Bilgebi, 5316. In chapter 21, I think that's Ambiyai, sign 49, I have translated in their most secret thoughts, and this in double inverted commas. In their secret thoughts is in double inverted commas. I've translated that for more literal and seen. Secret thoughts, more literally unseen. Of course, you don't see the thought of human being, secret or open. You don't see. In fact, there's no open thoughts. There's no open thoughts. So you don't see you can never see the secret thoughts of human beings, be it your wife, your child, your president, your workers. You can't. So he has repeated, he has uh, represented it by literally. He has represented more literal and seen, literally and seen, being in double inverted commas. And then brackets follows Bilgebi. Bilgebi is unseen. Full stop. Perhaps the more literal and seen, again in double inverted commas, perhaps the more literal and seen may do if understood in the adverbial sense, as explained in 35, mm, chapter 35, Psalm 18, far 3, I suppose, Psalm 18, note 3902, full stop. The sincere man will help the cause, whether he is seen or brought under notice or not. That's third note 5316 to Psalm 25. Let's go to the last, no, yes, fourth note rather. Fourth note, that's fourth note to Psalm 26. That's 5317. No, third note. We are now going to 5317. 5317 against messengers, him and his messengers. 5317. To help God and his messengers is to help their cause, God's cause, messengers' cause. You cannot help God. He's genuine. He doesn't need anything. Mm. That if you advance his cause, you are helping him. But even then, he can do without it. He can do without you. You are not doing it for yourself. Mm. Only for yourself, nobody else. Mm. And it matches with my saying at the beginning. Mm. Whoever good comes to, it comes to them from God, and whoever evil comes to, it comes to them from themselves, from they themselves. It matches well with that. To help God and his messengers is to help their cause, full stop. It is to give man, no, it is to give men an opportunity of striving and fighting for his cause, mm, and proving their true mettle, for thus is their spirit tested. For thus is their spirit tested, full stop. As explained in the next line, God in himself is full of strength, exalted in power, and able to enforce his will, and he has no need of others' assistance. That's Ghanaian. No need of others' assistance. That's Ghanaian. Mm. I don't know what the next line is. I think that is the, yeah, I think that's the next note. Mm. And that's note 5317, the fourth note. Let's now go to the last note, fifth note, fifth and last note to sign 25. Mm. It's against exalted in might, for God is full of strength, exalted in might. That's the last line, I suppose. That was talked of in the previous note. Mm. 35318. Mm. Compare chapter 22, that's Al-Hajj, sign 40, and note 2818. Full stop. Strength, and strength is in double inverted commas. Strength is specific, colon. Power or might is more abstract, comma. The ability to enforce what is willed. Mhm. So strength is there. It is always there. But the ability to enforce what is willed is different. Mm. The ability is not like strength. Mm. It changes. Mm. So let me repeat it. Strength in double inverted commas. Strength is specific, colon. Power or might is more abstract. Mm. The ability to enforce what is willed. And that's note 5318, fifth and last note to sign 25. Sign 25 being the last sign of section 3. We shall halt here. When we come back in our next episode, we shall proceed to section 4, which begins with sign 26. Thank you very much. Ilalaka Baba Uruwa. May God be with you all till we meet again.